Well, it's about time. A few days ago, Xbox hosted a small developer showcase with some insights for some upcoming Xbox releases. And thankfully to all of us, we got another look into From the Ground Up. Oh, hang on, I meant Forza Motorsport. In all seriousness though, I left this event feeling even more uncertain about the Forza Motorsport reboot. Even before this event, I was always bothered at the fact that most of the talk from the directors and developers has been about graphics and visuals more than anything else. Which would have been fine at the early stages of reveal. After all, 90% of the average viewers of an Xbox event have no idea what a pit stop is or how downforce works. But when we're getting this much closer to a final release, and things are still all talk, and at the same time, the footage being shown is quite contradictory, I can't exactly say I'm wiggling my toes for more Forza Motorsport news. Today I wanted to go over the things in the most recent Motorsport showcase that I'm both excited about and worried for. But before that, I have to say a massive thank you to this video sponsor. Let's face it, you're watching this video because you're bored. If only there was a way to instantly cure that. Well, worry no more, thanks to the kind sponsor of this video, Raid Shadow Legends. I'm sure by now we've all heard of Raid before, but this is by no means a coincidence. Raid Shadow Legends has a massive community with over 80 million downloads. And the more you look, the reasons as to why are glaringly obvious. It's shocking how a free-to-play game can have not only graphics like this, which are just as good as a console or PC, yet run on your phone, let alone when you combine that with the over 650 unique champions to collect and build. And if you're like me and love to dive deep into lore and backstory behind characters, Raid Shadow Legends is going to give you a field day. My personal favorite being the all-new Sylvan Watchers. They didn't conform to building cities on standard ground or hiding in caves, instead lurking in the jungles of Mistwood, in the east of Teleria. Now, if you choose to go against them, expect a handful of trouble, because if the jungle's vicious beasts don't get you first, the Sylvan will more than suffice to finish the job. And just as a side note, they are dripped out. I mean, look how menacing they look. To all new players, Raid has got something very special for you. It's time to vote on your favorite starter champion. Simply download Raid Shadow Legends from the link below, copy your game player ID, then go to championselect.plarium.com. Simply enter your player ID and vote for your chosen champion. That's all there is to it. The vote runs from January 16th to February 10th, with all eligible participants given the chance to win some incredible in-game and in real-life prizes, such as some epic and legendary champions, in-game items, and even Amazon gift cards worth up to $1,000. Keep in mind, however, only new players from the United States can win a prize. Once the vote is over on the 10th, one champion will be crowned as the winner, and the prize winners will be selected in a draw. Don't worry, if you're an existing Raid player, you can still get involved. Just head to championselect.plarium.com, where you can find a special promo code that everyone can use for a small in-game gift. So, what are you waiting for? Head to championselect.plarium.com and vote for your favorite champion today. Oh, and that's not all. Raid, being the absolute mad lads that they are, have released a legendary champion based off of Ronda Rousey. Yes, the Ronda Rousey. You can get Ronda for free whether you're a new or longtime player, just by logging into Raid and playing for 7 days, between now and February 20th, and she's all yours. And if you haven't started playing Raid yet, click on my link in the description or scan my QR code on the screen, and you'll get unique bonuses worth $35. We're talking a free champion, Jotun, with 100,000 silver, 50 gems, and 2 epic skill tones. All of this treasure will be waiting for you right here, and is available for 30 days. But keep in mind, this is for brand new players. Thanks again so much to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. So let's start with some of the things that I'm looking forward to. Chris Sasaki and the team at Turn 10 have been hard at work for the past almost 6 years since Motorsport 7 on an entirely new engine for Forza. And what this leads to is a change in which I am dying to get my hands on and try out: the new physics. It was hard to tell with the previous footage, but even from the tiny snippets of gameplay that we saw in the latest showcase, looking closely, it's easy to spot that vehicles respond leagues better than Motorsport 7. One of my friends, Quack, spotted something interesting in the showcase. Assuming this gameplay is recorded and played on a controller, this is some seriously smooth movement compared to Motorsport 7, where this would be tricky to do unless you're an experienced player who roll steers. It's really complicated for us to be able to figure things like this out until we finally get the game in our hands. But from the looks of things, this new engine should make Forza Motorsport play much better than Motorsport 7. The audio-visual presence of Forza Motorsport is undeniably a large focus. This could end up being a real double-edged sword. I have no doubt that it'll be up there with the likes of Gran Turismo 7 in the borderline photorealistic track racer category. The question is that enough? And is that actually going to happen? In regard to the former, I would say a strong no. Forza Motorsport needs to be more than a graphics showcase. 6 years, an entirely new engine, and a hungrier fanbase than ever for some good racing. It has to deliver on more bases than just visuals. I'm concerned Forza Motorsport will be pulling something similar to what Motorsport 5 did, and will be saving most of the real changes to the formula for Forza Motorsport 9 or whatever the next game will be called, and is using Motorsport as a testbed and base to work off of with the new engine. There's a few things that lead me to this conclusion. Let's start with some strange decisions and inconsistencies. Starting with the numbers, 100 plus new to Motorsport cars. The phrasing new to Motorsport is very clever. It's been 6 years since Motorsport 7, and Forza Horizon hasn't stopped adding new cars since then, meaning that the vast majority of those 100 plus cars will be vehicles that were added into Forza Horizon 4 and 5, making the amount of real new to the series cars very slim. I will say though, the new vehicles that we did see in the trailer were absolutely ace. The Porsche Mission R, and some great more modern race cars. But in reality, that should be expected with, again, a 6-year gap between games. And then we have the Forza Aero kerfuffle. Claims of 800 plus customization options were made, yet what did they choose to showcase that? 10-year-old Forza Aero. I'm not a customization guy, but this is seriously disappointing. When competitors like Gran Turismo 7 have fully customizable wings and endplates, and have since, 10 years ago in Gran Turismo 6. 800 plus options and none of them being shown is a major point of concern, and adds more onto the theory that Motorsport really is relying on marketing to those who are new to Forza. Let's go back to these cars for a second. Now, a very quick disclaimer. All of the footage shown to us is from in-development versions of the game, so I would of course hope that these get fixed for the end product. But at the same time, it was very specific footage that was picked to represent the game and was shown to the public, so we have a right to critique. Many times throughout the game's announcement, we were told that every single vehicle returning to Forza Motorsport has been entirely rescanned, but this has switched. In the recent Forza Monthly, Chris Sasaki instead mentioned that every single car has been reworked to fit with the new engine. That's concerning, and makes me wonder what happened mid-development of this game, to which they either decided to rush the game out without rescanning, or simply weren't given the budget. We can't really say, but this choice of words was very evident in the latest footage. Cars like the E30 M3 and the Mercedes 190E having some truly atrocious headlight models. This GT2 RS missing DRLs, some real funky stuff going on with this vent, and no glass? Like, what? Seriously, look, there's no reflections on windows, the car is just missing all of its glass. It's hard to believe the quality over quantity approach that this game is taking when that quality isn't present. There's a few other things I wanted to touch on. The track list has gone down from 32 to 20 tracks. If they just cut some of the mediocre tracks, added some really strong ones, and made the existing ones better than any other game with the ability to choose weather and time of day, I'm fine with this. After all, if I'm completely honest, FM7 didn't have the greatest track selection out there. There was also a new UI revealed. I actually kinda like it. I enjoy it far more than FM7's drab and depressing UI, and there are some really neat additions here, like the new car and damage indicator. And I spotted that little tire compound indicator at the bottom as well. Finally, different tire compounds is confirmed. Wrapping up this video, I expected this showcase to answer a lot of the community's questions and put some worries to rest. And in the end, it's just added more confusion. The game being delayed again as well just makes me worry that this game has gone through some real development hell. I think in the end, Motorsport was revealed far too soon. I'm of the strong belief that a game should only be revealed right at the end of development, when you have a lot to show, and what you do have to show is putting your best foot forward so you avoid situations like this. Do I think Forza Motorsport is going to be bad? No, I don't. I firmly believe it will be a fine game to test a new engine and have some good ideas. But will it be the Forza Motorsport reboot we're expecting? I really have doubts.